Hey everybody, it's Kris Murray here, President and Founder of Child Care Marketing Solutions, and I'm coming at you with another weekly blog video tip. And in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about 3 tips for dealing with something in your program that I'm sure you never have, which is difficult or emotional parents. Dare I say even crazy parents? Can I even go there? Yes, I said it. Dealing with crazy parents. Listen. When it comes to our own kid, we can all, me included, be a little crazy sometimes. So what might turn a normal, sane human being into a crazy mom is when they deal with things that they perceive as either being dangerous to their child or being issue related to their child. There's a lot of emotion going on. You guys are running a really tough business, caring for children day in and day out. It's not easy. So 3 tips for dealing with these folks, with your difficult or emotional parents. The first tip is empathy. Okay, empathy. Understanding that all parents can just be a little crazy when it comes to their child, as I mentioned. Another name for it is perfectionist parenting. Perfectionist parenting. It's rampant. So think about, let me take you back a decade, several decades. Think about your parents. I know my parents were definitely not helicopter perfectionist parents. And my grandparents, my grandmother was parenting with a martini in one hand and a cigarette in the other hand and having parties. And my mom was running around doing God knows what. And that's just the way that our society was. Fast forward to today, 2017. It's nutty the way that things have shifted in terms of parenting philosophies. Social media is a huge part of that. Everything is constantly in our faces and known and told about and talked about. Bop, 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 bop. So we didn't have that back in my day when I was a kid, you know? And so you guys are even an extra challenge to show empathy to your parents, your parent clients. So I want you to perhaps start out your relationship with a new parent once their very first day of coming in with their child. That is your chance, or even prior. Have them come in for a new parent meeting, one-on-one, and set expectations with them and have open communication. And maybe even give them a book, like, Have You Filled a Bucket Today? Or for kids, How Full is Your Bucket? I'm sure you're familiar with that series. Think about, from an empathetic standpoint, what you can do to set that relationship up from the very beginning. Set expectations with them. So everybody's very clear on expectations, how to deal with either angst or emotional issues, but giving them gifts like the bucket filling series and other things that you can think of to help their parenting and help show empathy can really help. Okay, so that's one, is empathy. The second one is set expectations. So again, back to this meeting on day 1, but also at transition time. So when it's time for their child to go from the older infant room to the toddler room, in particular, though that age in particular, but anytime they go in transition to the next age, you have a conversation. This is our transition conversation. This is our discussion. This is the way we do things around here. Amy's going into toddler, and I want you to know, Mrs. Smith, what to expect. So first of all, there's probably going to be some biting taking place. She's either going to get bitten or she'll bite, because that's developmentally appropriate for toddlers. And here's how we deal with it. We're experts at dealing with it. Put her mind at ease and set the expectation up front. So when the biting takes place, what's going to happen? She's already prepped. She already knows about it, right? So it's a non-issue. So your child's going into the toddler room. Don't freak out when this happens, or all the other ages as well. Structure this out, script it out with your team, and have these transition meetings with parents. Okay? So that's another tip, is set expectations constantly. The third strategy is to be the face of your school. So when you, as the director and or the owner, can be there every morning, greeting parents, teachers, and children, every single one of them, every morning, if you can, or at least a couple times a week. It's huge, because you're going to be able to stop issues as they come up and let people know that you're there, you're competent, you're confident, you're professional, and you're there to greet them and give them a hug every single day, and you're the face of the school. And that will also really help with emotional and difficult to deal with parents. Don't hide in your office, okay? You've got to be out there. This is a people business. So be the face of your school. I have one more final tip, which is to wait 24 hours. This is the 24-hour rule. So if you have an extremely angry, emotional parent who's at 10, right, and they're seeing red, try to, of course, calm them down. But in terms of making decisions on policy and how you're going to handle things, try to have a 24-hour rule so that you wait until emotions have calmed. And you will be able to respond in a much better, more rational way. You'll have thought about it. You'll have thought through the different angles and positions. Talk to all of the the people involved in the situation. Get all the sides. But let those emotions and tempers die down. And then wait 24 hours to make a decision. And you can set that in your policies, and you can set that up front in your expectations when you have this initial meeting with them is, over the next 5 years that you're with us at our school, there's bound to be some little issues that might come up. And we want you to know that we have kind of a 24-hour cool down period before we make any major decisions. And just let them know and set that up out front, that you'll be really, really pleased with knowing that that's your policy, that's the way you handle it. So that can really do a lot to calm them down and ease tempers and emotions. Okay, that's the 24-hour rule. So that's it. Those are your tips today for dealing with difficult or angry parents. And I hope this has helped you a little bit. So hopefully you've gotten a nugget or two that you can implement in your program. And let us know. So you can write in the comments below this video. We'd love to hear if you have tips or ideas relative to this topic. Would love to hear them. Thank you so much, and thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time. Bye.